All right, so for Friday, we're going to be in week 7 in the Friday folder, and our job is to summarize everything we've learned about how to create a graph and how to catch people who are being tricky while they're creating graphs. So open up the Friday folder and look for the Deceptive Graph Techniques assignment. Open that up. And you can open up the attachments. There are 2 attachments. If you'd rather work in Notability, you can open the first one. If you'd rather work in Google Docs, you open the second one. You do not need to open both. So first you're going to open up the graphic organizer, then you're going to complete the chart and turn that in. So I prefer to work in Notability, so I'm going to tap that and then send mine to Notability. Okay. Sorry. Okie dokie. I don't know why this is showing up. It's upside down. There it is. Alright, so what you're going to do is summarize what you've learned about creating and formatting graphs and about looking at graphs who are trying to deceive you. So if you look, we're comparing bar graphs, line graphs, and pie graphs across the top. So bar graphs are best to use when you're comparing 2 different groups and tracking changes over time. Line graphs are used to track changes over time, but they're better than bar graphs if you're looking at smaller changes, like think about the change in temperature. Okay, and then the pie graph, this is when you're comparing parts of a whole. They do not show change over time. So bar and line graphs show change over time, pie graphs do not. So I want you to think about what we learned about if a graph is not accurately drawn or distorts information. Which one most distorts the information? And what do you know about it? What do you know about scale, right? That's the x and the y-axis being distorted or not being correctly displayed. Or when the graph is accurate. So for example, with the scale, I might say for a bar graph that, let me change my font here or my color to black so you can see it. It needs to start at 0. So that's one thing. For line graphs, remember that's where context. So we might need to zoom in or out. So think about the climate change or the unemployment graph with President Obama, right? Pie graphs, if it's not accurately drawn, you might think about, like, do the wedges add up? Are you using a 2D or a 3D? Right? So everything that you remember learning, go back and revisit the videos. We will go back over this as a class, but I want you to start first and fill it out and then turn it in.